Hello friends, today we are going to discuss with the subject VLSI design and technology. Myself Professor Nitin Lahire, I am going to take your VLSI design and technology. Here the today's topic syllabus discussion. Subject code 404181. Credits for the subject 03. The teaching scheme 3 hours per week. Examination scheme in-sem examination and end-sem examination. In-sem examination is for 30 marks and end-sem examination is for 70 marks. In-sem examination 3 units should be required to cover and end-sem examination total 6 units to be covered. Now, what are the course objectives? To explore HDL and related design approach, to nurture students with CMOS circuit designs, to realize the importance of testability, to realize the importance of testability in logic circuit design, to overview ASIC issues and understand PLD architectures with advanced features. These are 4 course objectives. Now we are going to see the course outcomes. On completion of the course, the student will be able to know first how to write effective HDL coding for digital design. Second, apply knowledge of real-time issues in digital design. Third, model the digital circuit with HDL, simulate synthesis and prototype in PLDs. Design CMOS circuit for specified applications. Next, analyze various issues and constraints in design of an ASIC. Last outcome, apply the knowledge of testability in design and build self-test circuit. Here we are having with that the 4 course objectives and 6 course outcomes. Now, by considering these course objectives and course outcomes, the university has been provided the syllabus. In that, the very first unit, unit number 1, HDL design. HDL stands for hardware description language. HDL design. In that, a very first topic, the design flow. Second, language construct, data objects, data types, then entity, architecture and types of modeling. These should be required to study basically for to write the VHDL language program. Then sequential statements, concurrent statements, packages, subprograms, attributes. HDL modeling of combinational sequential circuits and FSM. Simulations, synthesis, efficient coding styles, hierarchical and flat designs. Last, partitioning for synthesis, pipelining and resource sharing. So these are the main highlighted topics in unit number 1, HDL design. So total 7 lectures should be required to cover all these topics. So one by one, each topic which we covered in the theory session. Now we are moving towards the unit number 2, that is digital design and issues. In that, A very first topic, sequential synchronous machine design. Sequential synchronous machine design. Murray and Mealy machines. HDL code for machines. Then FIFO, first in first out. Metastability and solutions. Noise margin. Fan out. Skew. Timing considerations. Hazards. Then clock distribution, clock jitter, supply and ground bounce, power distribution techniques, power optimization, interconnect routing techniques, then wire parasitic, signal integrity issues, and last IO architecture, input output architecture. So these are the main highlighted points which we are going to study in the unit number 2, digital design and issues. Here we required total 6 lectures to cover unit number 2, digital design and issues. Now let us discuss with unit number 3, PLD architecture and applications. In this, the very first topic, design flow, then CPLD architecture, features, its specification and application. What does it mean by CPLD? CPLD stands for complex programmable logic device. Okay. Then next topic, FPGA architecture, features, specifications and its applications. FPGA stands for Field Programmable Gate Array. Now the simulation and synthesis tools. Then last, FPGA synthesis and its implementation. Here we require total 6 lectures to cover PLD architecture and applications. Now we are moving towards the unit number 4, that is digital CMOS circuits. CMOS stands for complementary metal oxide semiconductor. In that we are having with that, these are the main topics. First, NMOS, PMOS and CMOS. Then MOSFET parasitic. Then technology scaling, channel length modulation, hot electron effect, velocity saturation, CMOS inverter, device sizing, CMOS combinational logic design, power dissipations, power delay product, body effect, rise and fall times, latch up effect, transmission gates. So these are the main highlighted points which we are going to study in the unit number 4, digital CMOS circuit. Here total 7 lectures should be required to cover this unit. Now we are moving towards unit number 5, application specific integrated circuit. In that, first, design flow, cell design specification, PICE simulation, AC and DC analysis, transfer characteristics, transient responses, noise analysis. Then next, lambda rules, design rule check, fabrication methods of circuit elements, layout of cell, library, cell designing for NAND and NOR gates, circuit extraction, electrical rule check, layout versus schematic, post layout simulation and parasitic extraction. Next, design issues like antenna effect, electro migration effect, crosstalk and drain punch through. Last, timing analysis. So these are the main highlighted points which we are going to study in unit number 5, application specific integrated circuit. ASIC. So total 7 lectures should be required to cover this particular unit. Now we are moving towards unit number 6, VLSI testing and analysis. In that first topic, types of fault, need of design for testability, that is DFT, then DFT guideline, testability, fault models, path sensitizing, test pattern generation, sequential circuit test, built-in self-test, JTAG and boundary scan, then tap controller. Here total 6 lectures which we required to cover VLSI testing and analysis. Now we are moving towards the textbook and reference books should be required to study this subject. So very first we discuss about the textbooks. So here we required the 3 textbooks. In that first, Charles Roth, Digital System Design using VHDL. Second, Van Wulf, Modern VLSI Design, IP based design, Prentice Hall publication. Third, Steve Kilt's Advanced FPGA Design Architecture, Implementation and Optimization. Advanced FPGA Design Architecture, Implementation and Optimization, Wiley publication. So these are the 3 textbooks which we required to study VLSI design and technology. Now we are moving towards the reference books. In that first, E. Westy, David Money Harris, CMOS VLSI Design, a Circuit and System Perspective, Pearson publication. Then second, R. Jacob Baker, CMOS Circuit Design, Layout and Simulation, Wiley publication. Third, John F. Walkerly, Digital Design Principles and Practices, Prentice Hall publication. Now fourth, M. Morris Mano, Digital Design, Pearson publication. Fifth, Sam Unslan Boratar, Digital System Design with FPGA, Implementation using Verilog and VHDL, Tata McGraw-Hill publication. Sim Unsland Boratar, Digital System Design with FPGA, Implementation using Verilog and VHDL, McGraw-Hill. Here we are studying what are the topics which we are going to cover in this subject, what are the textbooks we required to study, what are the reference books which we required to study for the VLSI design and technology. Now tomorrow onwards we will start with our first lecture, that is Introduction to VHDL. Today here we are going to stop. Thank you for the day.